The most dangerous mistake a mafia king can make isn't trusting the wrong enemy. It's trusting the right woman at the wrong time. In the American underworld, men whispered about Roman DeLuca, a name spoken carefully in private rooms from New York to Sicily. Some called him the Ghost Stone, others called him the man who never loved. Both were true. Roman DeLuca built his empire on one belief: emotion was a liability. He learned that lesson at 22, standing over the bodies of two men who had once been his closest friends. They had betrayed him for money offered by a rival family, assuming friendship would make him hesitate. He did not hesitate. He ended the betrayal himself and buried the part of him capable of attachment alongside them. From that moment forward, Roman ruled differently. No relationships outside strategy, no emotional dependence, no romantic distractions. Women existed in his life briefly and disappeared before they could learn his habits or his weaknesses. Control meant survival, and Roman DeLuca survived everything. What he did not know was that far away, in another world shaped by colder traditions, someone had been trained specifically to break men like him. Her name was Alina Volkov. Few people connected her to the infamous Volkov crime dynasty because she had never lived under their name publicly. She was a distant relative, the daughter of a forgotten branch of the family tree, close enough to belong, distant enough to sacrifice. When Alina was 16, she was taken under the supervision of Mikhail Volkov, Adrian Volkov's father, a man known for creating operatives instead of soldiers. He did not teach her how to shoot first. He taught her how to observe, how to listen longer than others spoke, how to recognize loneliness disguised as authority, how powerful men revealed weakness through routine. She learned psychology, negotiation, behavioral manipulation, and emotional profiling. While others trained with weapons, Alina trained with silence. But before she could be fully absorbed into the Volkov structure, she disappeared. Officially, she left to study abroad. Unofficially, she chose distance from the brutality of the family that viewed loyalty as disposable. For nearly 7 years, she lived quietly under different identities, working ordinary jobs, learning how normal people trusted each other without fear. That absence erased her from Mafia's memory. Most enemies believed she simply did not exist, which made her perfect. When tensions rose between the Volkov organization and Roman DeLuca's expanding American influence, Adrian Volkov proposed an unconventional strategy. War against Roman would be expensive. Breaking him emotionally would be easier. Roman DeLuca had no visible weakness, so the Volkovs decided to create one. Alina was summoned home with an offer disguised as obligation. In a candlelit office filled with old power, Adrian explained the mission plainly. "You won't kill him," he said. "You'll make him trust you." She understood immediately. Emotional infiltration. The most dangerous assignment in Mafia intelligence. "And when I succeed?" she asked. Adrian's smile never reached his eyes. "We'll handle the rest." She knew what that meant. Operatives who knew too much rarely returned. But refusing the Volkovs was not an option. So, Alina Volkov entered Roman DeLuca's world not as an assassin, but as coincidence. Their first meeting happened in New York during a charity gala Roman attended purely for political appearances. She approached him deliberately, pretending to mistake him for someone else. He dismissed her within seconds. Roman barely looked at women who approached him openly. Attention was manipulation, and he avoided both. The second time she appeared, she applied for a junior administrative position within one of his front companies. Her resume was flawless, but unimpressive enough not to threaten suspicion. He rejected it without reading past the first page. The third time, she engineered a crisis. A scheduling conflict nearly cost Roman a multi-million-dollar negotiation. Alina intercepted the error before it reached him, reorganized the logistics overnight, and saved the deal without asking for recognition. Roman noticed competence. He summoned her personally. She answered every question calmly, never overselling herself, never appearing intimidated. That intrigued him. He hired her as temporary staff. Temporary became permanent faster than either expected. Alina anticipated needs before they were spoken. She corrected mistakes quietly, shielded him from inefficiency, and learned his rhythms without appearing invasive. Weeks turned into months. Roman trusted efficiency more than loyalty, and she proved indispensable. Eventually, she became his personal assistant, the only person allowed unrestricted access to his schedule. That was when the real infiltration began. She never flirted openly, never pushed boundaries. Instead, she created comfort. Silence during long drives, perfectly timed coffee, conversations that ended before becoming personal. Roman found himself speaking more around her than anyone else. It disturbed him. He told himself it was convenience, nothing more. Yet he noticed small details. The way she never reacted to violence around him. The way she looked directly at him when others avoided eye contact. The calm confidence that felt unfamiliar, but safe. For the first time in years, his guarded world felt quieter. He fought the feeling relentlessly. He shortened meetings, created distance, assigned guards to monitor interactions. None of it worked. Alina never chased closeness, which made him lower his defenses without realizing it. And slowly, against his own rules, Roman DeLuca developed something dangerously close to a soft spot. That was why, on the night everything collapsed, he allowed her to stand close enough to adjust his tie. Something no one else had done in years. Rain fell outside the DeLuca estate as preparations filled the mansion with music and movement. Her fingers brushed the fabric gently, steady and familiar. "You never look afraid of me," Roman said quietly. She smiled faintly. "Should I be?" Before he could respond, the doors burst open. Guards dragged a bleeding man across the marble floor. A tablet slid toward Roman's shoes. The screen lit up. Photographs appeared. Alina entering buildings months earlier. Surveillance logs, psychological reports, highlighted words burned across the display. Confidential, Volkov intelligence. Subject, Roman DeLuca, emotional infiltration successful. Silence swallowed the room. Roman lifted his eyes slowly toward her. She didn't run, didn't deny it, didn't beg. For a long moment, he searched her face for the woman he thought he knew. Then he spoke softly. "Lock the gates." And in that instant, the woman he trusted most became the most dangerous prisoner in his empire. From that moment, she became the most dangerous prisoner in his empire, trusted enough to survive, yet a threat like no one else. Days passed, no interrogation came, no immediate punishment. She organized documents, answered his subtle tests, and moved through his world as if she had always belonged. He tested her relentlessly. She predicted betrayals among his captains, uncovered hidden traitors, and warned him of ambushes. When sniper fire shattered the mansion one night, it was Alina who pulled him down just before a bullet hit. He stared at her, bewildered. She had saved him. She had protected the man she had been sent to destroy. Days turned into tense collaboration. Captivity blurred into partnership. He removed her restraints, much to the shock of his men. Together, they uncovered deception in his ranks. Together, they survived. And somewhere in those hours, Roman realized the truth. He could not hate her. Not completely. Not anymore. One night, on the balcony overlooking the rain-slicked city, she admitted quietly, "I thought if you hated me, it would make this easier." He stepped closer. "Hate is simpler than what this is," he replied, voice calm but distant. Neither spoke further because the storm was already arriving. Alarms blared across the mansion. A distant explosion shook the gates. Roman answered a distorted call. "This is only the beginning, DeLuca." The girl was phase 1. He turned to Alina. She understood simultaneously neither of them had been the true target. Manipulated, positioned, tested. He turned to his men. "Prepare the cars," he ordered. Outside, engines roared, rain poured, the gates opened. The underworld prepared to burn, and Alina Volkov realized she no longer knew which side she truly belonged to.